This is Geometry Lesson 1.4 and angle relationships. So to continue with a bajillion definitions, first we have parallel. Parallel lines are lines that do not intersect. If we want to get super technical, they do have to be on the same plane, but I'm going to just draw a line here and then another line here. They go the exact same direction, so as those lines continue, right, they don't get closer and closer, they never intersect. We have a special symbol that we draw on parallel lines to show that they are parallel, and that's just two little arrows showing that they're going the exact same direction. If I had a different pair of parallel lines, maybe one here and one here, I could then do a double set to show that they are parallel to each other, but not parallel to the original two. And you can have 3 parallel lines, 4 parallel lines. If I added a third line parallel to this second set here, right, I can show that I have 3 parallel lines, and then I would reuse this symbol here to show that it's parallel to the second 2 lines, but again, not the first 2 lines. Perpendicular lines are lines that intersect very specifically at a 90-degree angle. So I'm going to have a line here and then a second line here. And we are going to add that little blue marking in the corner showing that we have a 90-degree angle here, so we know that those lines are perpendicular. I think I'm going to back up a little bit too. So we have this upside down T symbol that represents parallel. So I can say line L is parallel to line M. We also have this double bar symbol to show that 2 lines are parallel. Line L is parallel to line M. And if we're naming those lines with like our endpoints, like line AB is parallel to line CD, you would use those 2 lines. Line AB is perpendicular to line CD, you would use that upside down T. Okay, complementary angles, 2 angles that sum to 90 degrees. So if I had maybe a 30-degree angle and a 60-degree angle, we know that they make up to 90. Any 2 angles, measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 equals up to 90 degrees. Supplementary looks very similar. 2 angles that, but in this case we are summing to 180. So let's just say I have, let's keep it easy, 90-90. If I have 2 90s, they are supplementary. They add up to 180. Doesn't have to be 90-90 though. You could have like a 120 and a 60. So let's eyeball a 120 and let's eyeball a 60. 2 angles that add up to 180 degrees. Vertical angles. Vertical angles are formed on 2 intersecting lines, and they are angles that are opposite each other on a pair of intersecting lines. Angles opposite on intersecting lines. So vertical angles always share a vertex. Here's one line. Here's a intersecting line. And when I say angles opposite each other, I would mean this angle on the left side and this angle on the right side. Those two angles are vertical. I'd have a different set of vertical angles right here and right here. Okay, so the blue to blue, those are vertical. The green to green, those are vertical. So I'm going to say 1 and 2. Angle 1 and angle 2 are vertical angles. Linear angles, our image is going to look really similar. We have intersecting lines, but rather than the angles being opposite of each other, they have the angles right next to each other. So right here and here. The angle on the left, the angle on the right. You could even say, maybe I'll number them all. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 and 2 are linear. But also 2 and 3, but also 3 and 4, but also 4 and 1. Two angles right next to each other. So they share a side and a vertex, right? This side right here in between 1 and 2 is a common side, and then this vertex here is also common, but then they have separate sides, right? The one on 1 going towards the left, the one on 2 going towards the right. Okay, so for our examples, we're going to add some marks and identify some pieces of this shape at the right. So first, we're going to identify ED parallel to FC. So ED, that segment there, parallel to FC, that segment there. To mark lines as parallel, we're going to add little arrows here. The same matching symbol on each. We have AF perpendicular to FC. To mark two lines as perpendicular, I'm going to add this little square in the corner showing that we have a 90 degree. Measure of angle B equals 90 degrees. Angle B with a single letter as the vertex. Give him a little square in the corner to show that he is 90. Next, the measure of angle CFG is equal to the measure of angle EDG. CFG, so I'm going to give that a 1 loop. EDG, D as the vertex, I'm going to give that a 1 loop. And finally, segment AB is congruent to segment FC. AB, I'll give him a 1 lark. Congruent to FC, I'm going to give him a 1 mark. So we can see our congruent segments, our congruent angles, our parallel lines, and also our 90 degree angles. Letter B, identify 2 pairs of linear angles. So linear angles are going to be angles right next to each other. So I'm going to look at this one here. I got, I think, 4 choices. Like I can go here, that's option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4. I'm going to choose these angles right here first. So that would be EGF. I think I'm going to try to color code. It's a little, did I freeze? Yep. BRB. Okay. Right here, I got EGF. And that is linear to FGC. So notice they overlapped on that side, FG. I'll do a second pair. How about CGD? And right here, they share side DG, and we're going on to side E. Angle DGE. And finally, 2 pairs of vertical angles. So those are the ones that are going to be across from each other instead. So here in red, I have angle FGE. And that is across from over here, angle CGD. CGD. And then we'll go on the top here, angle FGC. And finally, DGE. Ooh, FGC. I was about to say, when you have vertical angles, they definitely have the same vertex, but none of the sides are the same, right? So same vertex, but then the outside letters are different. Same vertex, but the outside letters are different. Versus on the linear angles, same vertex, but they share a side. Same vertex, but they share a side. Okay, I think that's it for this video. Hopefully that wasn't too confusing with the glitch. Good luck with the exercises, and let me know if you need any help.